In the tunnel. In the tunnel. In the tunnel. You're listening to In the Tunnel.
Hello and welcome to In the Tunnel, episode number 34. So today, we let the wheel finish its bracket.
Yes, because this is our bracket that goes, our tournament of February, March, and, well, the actual college basketball is catching up to us. So, in an effort to stay ahead of the curve, here we
In
are.
an effort to have our tournament, that's not really a tournament, finish prior to whatever actually becomes relevant.
I mean, there's only one way that our experiment can actually, compare and contrast to that of the real world, and that would be to, I don't know, finish what we started before the other variables come into play.
True.
That make any sense, Sean?
Yeah, I guess enough sense for me.
Enough sense for a Friday night.
Yep. So let's just jump into it because we do want to talk some other sports. You can get back into other sports too. So let's go. We're gonna start. And we'll just finish the entire line as you see here. So without further ado, it's number 1 St. John's versus number 8 Northwestern.
Indeed. So right now, I am in our document.
And oh, barely. It is tails. So that means Northwestern takes it.
Oh boy. All right. The 8 seed Northwestern, they are 13-17, and they are in the round of 16.
So, I mean, this one was a pretty close one to the wheel. It's like a pixel from hitting heads and letting St. John's take it. So, hey, barely scraping it out, I guess. All right, so we're just gonna move straight on to number 5 Fresno State and number 13 St. Joseph's.
Okay, first of all, I want to say we probably should not have had St. John's and St. Joseph's in the same
Well,
bracket, just
hey, it's
based
not us,
off
it's the
of
wheel.
those. What was it, Catholics or Christians?
I don't know. Well, anyway, let's go.
Those damn religious figures.
Let's go.
All right, let's roll.
What do you think?
I don't normally like to think, but if I were to think, I'd say it's probably St. Joseph's.
You would be absolutely correct.
Yeah. It's on my hot streak. All right, so let's take a look at St. Joseph's. If by chance the document lets me. Hold on, Saint. For the love of God.
Could we just go with their probably...
Nope, found them. 13-17.
Hey, 2 13-17 teams, make it. Who do you think's gonna win out of the two? Now that you know they're both 13-17.
You know, Sean, if I were a betting man, I'd say it was a team that was 13-17.
Well, considering that is the only option.
I broke Vegas.
Oh boy. Well, no, seriously. Northwestern or St. Joseph's, because that's what's going on right now.
Oh, this is a tough one. Oh boy. It's like a smart people school versus like a Philly school. I'd have to think it's Northwestern.
You would be right.
Yeah. The wheel sides with logic. for the first time all tournament.
I guess. So that completes our. What is this even? The top half of Region 1?
Yeah. Yes.
Alright, so moving on. So we got North Texas and Dartmouth. Dartmouth is 3 in our bracket. North Texas is 11.
Mm-hmm.
Anything on those? Or are you just going to let the first 2 matches play out?
Oh, no, it's North Texas for sure. Because as a Steelers fan, I think Mean Joe Green, and then I see Mean Green attached to North Texas. It's just, I mean, I know where I'm going.
Well, I can't believe it.
Tangent. I'm going on a tangent, and I'm probably right, aren't I, Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And
what about
North Texas? They are. Leave a little room for some feedback here.
Yeah.
All right, so they are 20-10 out of the Conference USA.
Okay.
Which is good enough to not be anywhere near the top.
Yeah. All right.
There's a lot of good teams in that conference, apparently. All right.
So
moving on.
Coastal Carolina and the team I can't pronounce. So go ahead.
Duquesne.
Coastal Carolina and Duquesne.
It's a lot easier than it looks.
Yes, but every time I see it, my brain's just tripped, and I don't know. Today I'm just off.
Their team name is the Dukes, so you just take Duke and Kane.
Okay. Well, okay, so Coastal Carolina and Duquesne.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, let's see.
A real learner.
Let's see. Is it going to be it?
It's Duquesne.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Oh, that's disappointing. As a Pittsburgh fan, I have no idea what to make of the fact that the basketball team in our city. Oh, yes, I do. I'm a Pitt fan. They always lose.
All right, so anything other than because the matchup is North Texas and Coastal Carolina.
Oh boy, What's the North Coastal? I guess that would just be like, I guess that's the Great Lakes, but
probably.
If I were to pick here, I'd say Tails is hot.
All right, let's go.
Wait, it was heads on the last one?
Yeah.
So it should be Duquesne. It was higher seed as heads.
We're going. I'm just taking the top is heads, the bottom is tails.
Oh, I thought we were going tops or higher seed was heads.
It's what's on top and bottom. So this one is a heads, so it's North Texas.
Nailed it.
Of course you did.
Called it every time.
All right, so that 20 and something team from Conference USA, who's nowhere near the top, makes it to final 2 in the region.
Another round,
which we still haven't named, by the way.
Yeah, next year.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Too late now. We're finishing the brackets.
Yep. All right, so
it's like an old Jewish couple bickering.
All right, so this time we got Drexel, our number 1 seed for Region 2 now, and Nicholls State, our number 9 seed.
Oh boy! I mean, this just based on everything that is inside my head right now, just reeks of Nicholls State. Only because I have no idea where the hell.
You don't know where that is?
Do you?
Nope.
Oh, see, there you go.
And guess what?
I was wrong.
No, you were completely right.
Yeah, told you. Common sense, overrated. So yeah, they're 13 and 17. So I guess our whole Sweet 16 is just going to be between 13 and 17 and like 20 and 10 teams.
Oh God.
I mean, we have 3 13 and 17 teams that made the Sweet 16.
Oh boy.
And we're only in the second region.
Right. So let's keep going. Hartford and Illinois. There are 12 and 13 seed in this region.
Illinois. just because in real life they're so bad that it only makes sense that they would actually be the winners here.
How are you like, dude? You should just go to Vegas.
Yeah, I'm not that hot. They're 11-19. 1-5 in neutral site games. Now 3-5.
Oh boy, damn! This thing is doing great for the record.
Yeah, this thing definitely is not me.
All right, so what about between?
You know, what'd be really funny is if like an actual college like was like, we won this tournament and put it up on their athletic site.
All right, but seriously now, between Nicholls State and Illinois.
Oh boy, talk about real Sophie's choice. You know, Sean, I'm gonna defer to you on this one.
I'm just gonna go with tails because it's a bin.
Well, who is tails? Illinois?
Yeah, but I mean, it was heads. So Nicholls State win.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But I was thinking Illinois myself.
All right.
This is yeah. That's why you take me to Vegas.
Hey, with your starting 100%.
Well, no. So I can defer and not be wrong.
Oh, okay. When you think you're going to be wrong, you just defer.
Right.
Why don't you just pick the other option?
Well, we didn't have to play that table.
True. All right. Anyway, moving on. Our bottom half of Region 2. So, Northern Kentucky, our number 6 seed, and Bucknell, 14.
All right. So, common logic dictates that it's Northern Kentucky. So, it's clearly Bucknell. I mean, it's got to be.
Oh, my. I can't believe we're using the reverse of common logic to try and get these right. But
I mean, have you met people in today's society? Take a shot at everybody in the world.
Anyway,
I don't care.
This we are wrong about for the first, or not the first time. A very rare wrong.
I've been wrong several times, just not tonight.
True.
Until now.
All right, anything to say about them?
So, well, you know, I would love to contribute to this conversation, and I'm definitely not stalling when I tell you that I've looked up all of what they are, and they are 24-8, and now 3-0 in neutral site games because they've won all 3 in our tournament.
Hey, at least they have a decent record.
Yeah, they're number 1 in the Horizon League, wherever the hell that is.
What is that?
It's over the rainbow, over the horizon, something like that.
All right.
I wonder if they have a mission statement like, you'll find us eventually.
Oh, boy. Anyway.
Home of Detroit Mercy and Indiana Purdue University of Indianapolis.
All right. Well, anyway.
All the places, like Cleveland State, places that aren't real.
Okay. Well, I mean, we'll find them someday, I guess. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
So
when the leprechaun from Notre Dame transfers to a different conference.
Anyway, moving on to number 7, Chicago State, and 15, UAB. Mm-hmm.
Chicago State.
All right. You would be correct.
Nailed it. Every time.
Not every time.
Most of the time.
That's better.
All the time. All right. So our 3-27 team has made it to the Sweet 16.
Hey, they still got one game to play though against Northern Kentucky.
They're now 3-1 in neutral site games.
They've won all the ones they've had here.
All right, let's see. I'm thinking that it can only stay consistent. I think it's going to be Chicago State again.
Hey, it is.
Yeah. Where's tough first? All right. 4-1 in neutral site games, despite the fact that they were 0-19 in away games.
But isn't the neutral site game an away game, basically?
Basically. Final. Okay, so they're 4-21. Or I'm sorry, 4-20.
Oh, damn. But
Don't let me discredit them so quickly.
aren't they don't they have 3 wins here?
Yeah, double their season total.
Oh my. All right. Well,
Take it from 3 to 6.
oh god. Okay. So, moving on. So, for the top of Region 3, we got number 16, Oregon, versus number 8, Chattanooga.
Mm-hmm.
Should I just jump right into the wheel, and then you can tell us about the team that wins? Or do you want to get your predictions going?
I'm going to take a playoff, Coach.
All right.
A little spring hiatus, if you will.
All right. Well, the spring hiatus has let Chattanooga win, the number 8 seed.
I was going to pick Oregon, so good on me. All right, so Chattanooga, the Choo-Choos, except not really because they're the Mocs. From the SoCon Conference, they are 12-19.
Hey, we're getting back to our norm.
4-11 in away games, 0-2 in neutral site games until our tournament. So they are now an astounding 5-13.
And 2-2 in neutral.
3-2.
They've only but one more game, right? For 3.
We don't need to talk about that.
Anyway, okay, so
it's definitely not rigged.
Now, number 5 Elon and number 4 Mississippi Valley State.
So right now I'm looking at logos and just how stupid the colors of Mississippi Valley State are, and I'm thinking that's enough for them to win.
I can't believe you're right. What am I sitting through?
Apparently a live show. So Mississippi Valley State, they are 6-25. They're going to be now 2-20 in combined neutral site and away games. They had no neutral site games before this tournament, but they did have 20 road games that they lost.
Oh my. All right, well, instead of talking about how bad these two teams are, let's just go. What do you have?
It's a Cinderella story.
What do you have? Chattanooga or Mississippi Valley?
Oh boy. Chattanooga.
All right, let's see.
I'm probably wrong.
You are wrong.
Well, I get half credit for knowing I was wrong.
You're supposed to defer on those, remember?
Yeah, well, I defer on that comment.
Good for you.
Yeah, nailed it.
All right, so now to the bottom half of Region 3. We have, beginning this bottom half, UCF and Iowa. UCF is number 11, Iowa 14.
All right, so here's what I'm thinking, which is always a dangerous start to any sentence I have. I'm thinking about college football, a school like Iowa is in the Big Ten. I'm talking low-scoring football. I can see Iowa scoring only 14 points in a game. They're the 14th seed. I'm taking Iowa.
How did you even think that?
When there's a will, there's a way.
I am so glad you're wrong.
Oh, I'm not wrong. I'm just partially not right. All right, so let me do some research on UCF.
All right.
They're 23-6. They're 5-4 in away games, and then 3-0 in neutral site games, which becomes 5-0, which becomes a solid 10-4 in away and neutral site game.
All right. So who's gonna face them? Is it Number 7,
Oh boy,
Canisius.
birds,
Or number 15, Air Force.
birds. You can't go against our Air Force. You have to pick the Air Force.
All right. Well, what does the wheel pick? That's the more important
If the wheel chooses not Air Force, we have to have a talk with the wheel later on
one.
tonight.
The wheel chose Air Force.
Yeah, good for the wheel. Good for our show. Good for the whole brand,
All
really.
right, so give us the blurb of
13
Air
and
Force
yeah.
so we can compare them
All
to
right.
UCF.
Yeah. So they're in the Mountain West because when you think Air Force, you think mountains. They're 13 and 16.
Well, that's not.
They are. I mean, in their own conference, it's not great, Sean.
We had 3 and 27 or something. So.
Yeah, still have it.
Oh yeah.
So they're 3 and 8 in away games, 1 and 2 in neutral site games, brings a total of 4 and 10, which add 2 more wins to that, and it's 6 and 10 in away and neutral site games.
All right, so UCF or
This is
Air
way
Force?
too much math for a Friday night.
So UCF or Air Force? What does your brain have you thinking now?
My brain doesn't have a lot going on.
That's what I expected when you tried to think of Iowa.
And the idea for this podcast and the idea for this whole tournament, it just like getting out of bed in the morning. But anyway, enough about outside stuff. You still gotta go Air Force if you're supporting.
All right, so I mean the wheel could go against you, aren't you? Guess what? It is Air Force.
Nailed it.
So both of our good teams that made it only to the 16.
I'm like 9 and 3 so far tonight.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the teams with the best records have all dropped in the 16, right? So, well, so let's just move on to Region 4 and see how the Final 8 wraps up. Elite 8 is it called? I totally forget. I probably should know.
I don't know if that's a generic enough term for us to use it.
Meh. Anyway, so you want Northern Iowa or Buffalo?
I'm a Wings guy. Let's go Buffalo.
All right. It's probably the best thinking your brain has had today.
Just saying a lot because it's been a long day.
Well, as far as me talking to you.
Yeah, and thank God for you that you only have to for a select period of time.
Anyway, you were right. Buffalo takes it.
Nailed it. Classic Wings.
All right, what do you got on
that? All right. Let's do a little bit of college research here. Not buff. Oh dear God. All right, from the Mid-American Conference, they are 27 and 3. They are actually nationally ranked.
Okay.
12 and 3 in away games, 2 and 0 in neutral site games, which becomes 4 and 0. And then 16 and 3 in away neutral site games.
Okay. All right. So who's going to take them on in Utah State, our number 5 seed, or Lafayette, number 13?
Utah State. Easy win.
I mean, they both have a 50% chance at this rate.
Utah State.
You're correct. How? How?
I don't know. Utah State, first in the Mountain West, 25 and 6.
Are they nationally ranked?
I don't know.
Well, they're 25 and 6. So
hold on. Let's do some research.
Hey, but both of them have decent.
We need
records.
elevator music. We need elevator music for sure.
Both of them have decent records, so
they are in the others receiving votes category.
Okay.
So they are going to be 11, 13, and 5 in a way in neutral site game.
Okay. So out of these two good teams, or what do you think, Buffalo or Utah State?
Mm, mm. I defer.
All right. Well, we'll just let the wheel pick, and it chooses Utah State.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, that's why you defer.
Is that you were gonna choose Buffalo because of wings again?
Yes, I was going to.
Oh my.
Do you go boneless or bone wings?
I usually like boned wing.
This is a dangerous topic to be talking about, by the way.
Eh. All right. So, enough of wings. Your preference is your preference.
Oh.
They're both good.
What about Paul McCartney in Wings?
How about
Like the
no?
band?
uh. Okay. So last part of the regions, the bottom half of Region 4, we have number 6 Abilene Christian University and number 14 Penn. What do you got?
Abilene Christian is too long of a name. This last in this tournament. We need something that flows simpler. So I'm going Penn.
And you're immediately wrong.
Hmm. I mean, I was trying to think less. I figured one word is better than two. I'm like 9. I'm like 10-5 now.
Yeah, I mean, it's still
All
pretty
right.
good. All
Yeah.
right, what do you got for us?
All right. So from the Southland Conference, it's like Graceland, but not. Um, the 24-6 Abilene Christian squad. They are 10-4 in away games, 2-0 in neutral site games, which becomes 4-0, which becomes a solid 14-4 in away in neutral site games.
All right, it's not bad. But how's their conference overall? Like,
I mean, the team in first place is 20-10,
oh, okay,
but in their conference, they're 15-2.
okay. All right. So last match for the 32, right? So number 7 from Region 4, San Diego State, and number 15, Little Rock.
It's got to be Little Rock, just because, like, why would an actual, like, borderline Power 5 conference team survive?
Well, that
I'm
borderline
wrong.
Power 5 conference team survived.
Damn it. All right, well, I guess we got to do research on San Diego State. All right. From the Mountain West Conference, the same conference that gave you Utah State, gives you the 19-11 San Diego State University Aztecs. They are 4-6 in away games, 1-2 in neutral site games, which becomes 3-2. So they are going to be 7-8
Okay.
in away neutral site games.
All right. So,
Just awful stuff. Can't even make 500.
all right, but which out of these two teams makes it to the what, 8?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you, Sean, I'm thinking I'm battling two wrongs here. Um, let's go with Abilene Christian.
All right. Let's see. Nope. This part of the
Okay.
bracket was just not good to you. It's
Yeah.
San
Well,
Diego State.
that's why there's other parts of the bracket.
Yeah. All right. So give me 1 second. Let's get the teams. So we have Northwestern and North Texas.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
let's just do that one. So
Yeah.
Northwestern came.
They came, they saw, they conquered, they did some shit. I don't know what to say.
Did you miss one actually?
Uh, Possibly.
Right? 4-2 winner. Yeah. We'll just do so Northwestern and North Texas. What do you think?
Wait, was this supposed to have a second slide on that one?
Yeah, we need 8 to 4, and then 4 to 2 to 1.
Oopsies. Just create a duplicate slide.
Too much work. I'll just put the winner in here.
John. All this laziness is not showing the best side of you.
Fine.
Almost like me. All right. Let's workshop here.
All right. So we got northwestern,
North Texas.
and North Texas.
North Texas. Prove me right, God. Whoever you are.
Okay. Well, we'll just spin it.
Can we get this Johnny Boatman's on the show?
Anyway, so you get
reveal yourself to us. Oh, why I gotta be wrong again? You know, I'm gonna disavow from this.
All right. Anyway, while Jeremy kind of does disavow from this,
I'm sure I'll jump back in.
We
at
have
some point.
Nickel State and Chicago State.
Oh, maybe not. I'm gonna go Chicago State. Chicago.
Okay, so Nickel State is heads, Chicago State is tails. What do we got?
Chicago.
And you would be correct.
Nailed it. Every time.
Alright, so then from Region 3, what do we got?
Well, I'll tell you, Sean. Hopefully, a battle of two teams that are good. By the way, isn't Chicago State the team that's only got 3 wins?
Yeah.
Yeah. To the Final Four with you.
Hey. Okay, so Mississippi Valley State and Air Force. What do you got for us?
I don't know, but apparently we have a compliment from Sean's mother in the comment section. All right, Mississippi Valley State or Air Force, you said?
Yeah.
Mississippi Valley State.
All right, let's see. Oh boy.
I went against the troops wrongfully, didn't I?
No, you were correct, but you went against the troops. That was the oh boy.
Well, the way I see it, we support the troops as a concept. We do not support every individual troop because sometimes they are, they do stuff that they're not supposed to. They get a little aggressive. We've all been there. Just not inside of the troops.
All right, so final match for the 8 would be Utah State and San Diego State. We like
Utah
State,
State,
don't we?
Oh, they're in the same conference.
All the better.
A Mountain West matchup. Which mountain do you think is going to win, Sean?
Utah.
The Battle of States. Except for San Diego.
All right, what do you think?
I think that we need to get Johnny Boatman's on the show. There's plenty of room in the tunnel. Come on in.
Anyway, what do you think? Seriously,
you, me, and Sean. Yeah, Utah State.
All right.
Over San Diego State. I'll agree with you.
Okay. We're both wrong.
Well, I'll go down with the ship.
Okay.
Team effort. It was a team effort. We played a hell of an opponent. God was on their side on this day, mostly because, well, they probably believe in one. Not that we don't, but
All right, now excuse me while I fill in this a little bit.
we need elevator music. Maybe I can pull something up.
I got it. Okay, so the first matchup will be Mississippi Valley State versus Chicago State.
All right.
And the second
Chicago State. It's gotta be Chicago State.
And the second matchup will be no, sorry. The first matchup is Northwestern and Chicago State, sorry. And the second matchup is Mississippi Valley State and Utah State.
All right. So, all right, read that back to me one more time.
Northwestern and Chicago State is the first match, and Mississippi Valley State and Utah State are the second match. What do you got? First
one. First off, let me address the comment section and say that Kansas State, I think, was in the tournament but got bounced early.
They got bounced first round, dude.
Well, no, we have someone in the comments section that's asking if they were in the tournament, and I believe that they were, but they did not last. Remember, the wheel decided it was not us. So, all right. So I'm going with Mississippi Valley State and Chicago State for the final two.
All right. So we're doing the top one first. Northwestern and Chicago State.
Yeah.
Oh, it's close.
Almost geographically so.
Oh, it's Chicago State, barely.
Woo! Saved all of their momentum for March. 3-27 didn't mean anything for all the way to the final game.
Wait a minute. All right, last game. Mississippi Valley State, Utah State. Let's go. Let's see.
I'm going Mississippi Valley State.
Who does Chicago State have to beat to win?
Ooh, tough competition.
And it's Mississippi Valley State.
Nailed it. All right, so now we're going to do best 2 out of 3 for the final game.
So, because Chicago State's on top, their heads, Mississippi Valley State's tails. So,
I mean, Sean, you gotta think it only makes sense that it's Chicago State.
Yeah. Well, first roll's going. I got Chicago State to win this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They win the first one.
All right. Ooh. Pressure's on. Pressure's on for Mississippi Valley State.
All right. Oh, man, they get 2-0'd.
Well, that's it. It's over.
Yeah, they get 2-0'd. Chicago State, like literally the worst.
Chicago State is your March Madness tournament champions from 3-27 to somehow 0-20 on the road. Somehow strings together an entirely home game less streak of wins to bring it home to Chicago State.
Good luck with that one.
They make a Loyola Chicago run from last year, and this year our champions come from Chicago State.
Oh, boy.
No idea what their team name is. The Chicago State basketball team. Let's see. The Cougars. Upset City. Let's go.
Let them make it into the tournament first. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, Cinderella. Oh, no, you never know. All they have to do is win their conference tournament.
All right.
And they get a bid.
All right. So, I mean, that concludes our bracket. We'll have this up on our social media for anybody who wants to see what the wheel has decided with literally just heads and tails. But let's get back into some other sports, huh?
I did not create graphics for other sports,
Yeah.
so Sean, did you?
No, but
Damn it.
we're going back to the 2-screen monitor and
All
just
right.
talking. So I figure
Well, let's get Johnny Boatmans to sing.
I figure that we have like we need to get back into basketball as the All-Star game finally ended and playoffs.
It only took like 2 weeks.
Yeah. And playoffs are coming into picture for both basketball and hockey, so it'd be good to like start ramping into those things because hockey had its trade deadline, which we covered a while ago, and
yeah, and no one cares about the basketball deadline. They're all
basketball
tampering.
deadline happened so early.
They're all tampering anyway.
I mean, there's been a lot like Mark's for at least for hockey, Mark Stone re-signed, so with the Vegas.
No, he got traded there.
Yeah.
And then he signed an extension.
Yeah,
right?
he signed his extension today, 8-year, 9.5. So that's gonna be bad for their cap, though. They have like 5 million left, so good luck with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I don't know what they'll do for like next year. They have a great team for this year, but if they're wasting so much, they have like 5 million for 3 players for the offseason or something. It's like, what the heck? Anything you want to cover in hockey, or you want to just try and recap some basketball?
Oh no, I'm just happy that the Penguins won like a few games in a week, and all of a sudden we're like in the playoff picture again.
You weren't out of it.
Yeah, well, we were hovering in and out of it. We were teetering based on how Carolina was doing.
Yeah, okay, but that's seriously.
Well, the Blue Jackets have absolutely stunk the bed since they went all in on the trade deadline.
But it's more Bobrovsky than the Blue Jackets.
Bobrovsky didn't lose the game last night. It was the other dude.
Yeah, but I mean, have you seen how Bobrovsky's been playing? It's a contract year for him, so it's like, what the hell are you doing?
I mean, he went AWOL from the team. That was like a while back ago, but I mean that. Normally, when one of your better players goes AWOL, that's probably not good for team chemistry.
True. But I mean, I don't think much is gonna change in terms of playoff picture for hockey. I think you're gonna get those teams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think like any team that's out of it is going to make it in unless you're like Columbus just absolutely collapsing and Carolina taking it.
Which would be great to see, actually.
But it's like the only.
Not that Columbus doesn't deserve to win, but just that the year that they went so all in for a team that wasn't even solidified as like the top dog in their own division.
Yeah, true.
I mean, the Islanders didn't go that far. They didn't really do anything at the deadline.
Yeah, but they
were number one in division. Well, that's the point.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like if you're like in that position as a GM, you either like fall over and die for 2 seasons, or you try and then fall over and die for like 3 or 4 seasons. What would you rather have?
I'd rather just not die.
But I mean, you're in the position where you're definitely losing your 2 star players.
I mean, Columbus is now in a position to make the playoffs for what, the third or fourth year in a row, which for them is good for their team's identity and consistency, but it just shows to like where their peak is.
Yeah, true. I mean,
they just aren't. They are the hump team.
But like, I'm not mad at the Jackets for like, if I was a Jackets fan, like, sure, go ahead, because you're gonna lose them anyway, and it's not like you were gonna get much for them, especially with how Bobrovsky was playing, like as you would have if you were having like at least good years. So, I mean,
I don't know. I think they made one too many big. They made like 3 big trades that they didn't need to make. Or I'm sorry, they kind of need to make, but not 3 of them.
yeah, I mean,
It's a lot
go
of
big or
draft
go
picks.
home, right?
Not that big, but I guess.
I mean, if you're going big, you might as well go all the way.
Well, they might go big and go home at this point.
Hey, I mean, at least you tried. I don't know. But aside from that, like, Edmonton,
Ben
the
Lovejoy
dumpster
was the best
fire.
pickup. Ben Lovejoy was the best pickup at the deadline.
Oh, dude. I think you
People
had,
don't
like,
say that enough.
Devils
but the Dallas
fans, like,
Stars
singing
won
in
it.
joy.
Oh, be the first time that they were singing in joy.
Oh, boy.
You guys got Putty to show up at the game. You guys lost the game, but
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just, like, I don't know. As a Devils fan, the season was a little hard to watch, but I don't know.
well, thank God we had a podcast.
But, like, this trade deadline was a little weird. Like, you have, like, Johansson going, or at least for us, you have Johansson going, because I guess he wasn't re-signing. And then you have us
And then he
dealing
got hurt, didn't he?
Lovejoy, and then us dealing Kincaid, and we were like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah, and then Johansson got hurt. Didn't
Yeah. But, I mean, that hit was pretty damn clean.
he? Yeah. Yep. I agree. And who's the other guy who got acquired at the deadline?
There was a bunch.
Good enough.
I mean,
Glad we worked through those guys.
yeah, I mean, we did.
Yeah.
No,
we were right. Henrik Lundqvist.
What?
I don't know. He's hurting the head for not waiving his no trade.
All right.
He was the upgrade that the Blue Jackets needed.
But he was not for sale, basically.
I mean, he could have been if he waived his no trade clause.
Howard,
if
why?
you're the Rangers, how invested?
He's been there for years.
I'm sorry, Sean. Did Jerome McGinley not get traded after being with the Flames for years?
True. Okay, fine.
Create a nice tribute video for him in a year. Get on with our day.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like you'd betray the fans at that point due to how long he's been there and all that. And New York is they won't forgive you easily.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, so next week we'll be back in on basketball, and hopefully we start to see some like shaping up of the playoffs.
The Nets are still in the playoff picture. That's all that really matters.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think
Brooklyn
they make
boys.
it.
Brooklyn boys. They're 34 and 33. How many games could they have left? Actually, they have 15 games left. I'm looking at a screen that's legitimately telling me.
How are you asking that question?
I don't know. How am I asking a lot of questions?
Yeah, but I think they can make it, especially with like how bad the bad teams have been.
Well, let's see who's in the 8th seed right now. It's Miami. They're 30 and 34.
Right.
And the 9th seed is Orlando. 6.
They're what, 28 and 36?
31 and 36.
Oh, so they've played more games?
They have 15 games left. They just suck.
Oh, okay.
But they have that French dude, Fournier.
Oh, okay.
Which apparently, if you translate that, means something that you look up on Google.
Okay.
Not if you have children,
Okay.
at least.
Yeah, anyway, so next week we want to hit that, and in the future, we're going to have like a episode where we're actually in the same room, right? So you want to...
Yeah. In a few weeks, we're going to be in the same room. We'll be in a neutral site. where we will be creating a podcast which should have a little more of a better flow to it, a little more time to create graphics and stuff that should work better. I think we're both very excited for it.
Yeah.
So that'll happen in the first week of April, and we're looking forward to creating that product. Because Sean and I, for anyone who is newer listeners of the show, we've known each other since first grade.
Yep.
He lives in New Jersey. I live in North Carolina. So just happened to be I'm going to be visiting some people in Pittsburgh, and Sean's going to meet me there for a few days, and we're going to create our show there. And it'll be fun just to see each other hang out a bit. It's been, 2 years, 3 years since we saw each other?
3 years since I came down to
North
Carolina.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of excitement, and just looking forward to it. We'll probably make some videos just hanging out in Pittsburgh and share them on the page for all of you to see or not see, hear or not hear. So we'll figure it out. And Johnny Boatmans can pay for his own airplane ticket. You could be part of the team, but look, man, the tickets are already paid for. If you want in, you gotta get in. It's like Title IX, pay to play or whatever Title IX is. All right, anyway.
Yeah, thanks for watching, listening. It was great having you all listen in or watch.
Did you just say y'all?
Yes. Can
Sean?
I not?
No, you cannot. we are an anti-y'all podcast.
Oh, apparently I can't. So you all.
Yeah, you guys.
I will articulate you and all from now on, I guess, on this podcast. But
thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Thanks for tuning in.
The extra work ethic shows off.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.